this is Sonia. Now I am going to tell you about personality development. So let's start. Personality is the most commonly used word in the today's world. The word personality is derived from the Latin word personare, which means to speak through or to express through. The word in fact refers to the mark worn by actors in ancient Greece or Rome. It suggests the role which a person displays to the public. What exactly is the meaning of personality? Most of the people in their ignorance connect personality with the outward appearance, particularly with the dress that a person wears. Anybody who appears well dressed is said to have a good personality, but that is a big misconception, a big misnomer. We all know that Mahatma Gandhi was the most powerful personality of his times, yet he wore no fashionable clothes. He wore just a loin cloth and carried a stick in his hand. The British Prime Minister of those times, Winston Churchill, described Gandhiji as a half-naked fakir. Now we are going to about factors of personality developments. That factors who develop our personality. There are five most important factors who helps in development in our personality. The first one is heredity. The second is environment. The third is education and experience. The fourth is attitude and approach, and the fifth is company. Now we are going to tell you about our first topic is heredity. The first thing that influences the personality of a person is its heredity or parentage. Heredity, it is rightly observed, referred to those factors that are features at the time of conception. These factors include gender, physical features, temperament, reflexes, energy level, etc. It is proven biological fact that a number of physical as well as the mental characteristics of parents are passed on to their children. Even the traits of the forefathers are inherited by the children. So that means the basic personality is the product of heredity, something that is inherited and an individual has it at the time of birth itself. Our second point is environment. Environment in which a child is brought up and in which a person lives is another determining factor in developing one's personality. Environment includes both the place in which a person lives and the time to which he belongs. There is no denying the fact that an individual living in a city enjoys an advantage over the individual who lives in rural environments, though exceptions are always there. Similarly, the era in which a person lives too forms a deciding factor in the development of one's personality. For example, people living in the modern age of science certainly have a better personality. And those who lived, say, in the medical times when ignorance and superstitions were rampant, exceptions, it may be repeated, are always there, but we must not forget the exceptions do not prove the rule. Our third point is education and experience. Education gives a healthy shape to one's personality. Experience and exposure are added that enhance the development of one's personality. An educated person is aware about the things around and certainly impresses others with his knowledge and awareness. If the educated person has enjoyed experience and exposure to the outside world, his personality becomes all the more impressive. Our fourth point is attitude and approach. One's attitude towards life and approach towards problems to form a deciding factor in the development of one's personality. A person with an optimistic look always remains cheerful. His personality exudes confidence that charms others. On the other hand, a pessimist and defeat person, he remains sad, gloomy and lazy. He is others and others are not interested in him. Such a person is a sad specimen of human personality. Our last topic is company. Company also play a determining factor in shaping one's personality. Companionship always has an effect on the thoughts and attitudes of a person. A person who lives in the company of the wise embodies their wisdom. Living in the company of fools, on the other hand, has a negative impact on one's personality, and one become a fool, a stupid fellow. At the end, in sum up, we can say that personality is the product of both inborn and cultivated traits. Cultivated traits being precedence over the inborn, the inherited traits, but this too is true that in the final analysis, the satisfaction of one's material needs too are important in the development of one's personality. Food, shelter, clothing, the satisfaction of one's emotional needs, all are needed for the development of a healthy personality. Don't they stay hungry, stay foolish. My lecture is over now. Thank you.